Alright, first and foremost, we'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the belongings to the apostles and the elders, salutations to the brothers that preach and teach the truth in sincerity, across the four corners of the planet Earth. Alright, Brother Barra here with another lesson, works on the work. Alright, this lesson will be entitled Judgment for These Careless Women. Alright, as I said, works on the work, so I'll be kind of brisk with it. This is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16. Right? It says, moreover the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Yeah, these women, they're proud out here. You know, they're walking out, you see them out on the streets, all doors up, dressed up, makeup up, you know, as though they're selling something, right? Because, I mean, you have a policeman. How do you identify with a policeman? You identify with a policeman because he wears a policeman's outfit, or a fireman because he wears the uniform of a fireman. But these are weird women out here. They identify them by their outfit, which is what the tinkling feet, you know, the ornaments that they have. It goes on to talk about the ornaments, the chains, the bracelets, right? But hey, they wear the outfit of a harlot and a whore, which they truly are, because what? One, the spirit is away from Yahweh, which is righteousness, right? And the only way they can get that righteousness is through the man. So they're really against order, right? These women not for order, they're not for discipline, right? They're indisciplined. And the scripture calls them shameless. And guess what? It says a shameless woman should be counted as a dog in the street, right? What's a female dog? Salakia. A female dog is a bitch. So really and truly, these women are bitches because, you know, they're shameless. The way they dress, the way they care about themselves, the disorder, you know, not wanting to be underneath a man. Right? That is old time thing. That's Old Testament thing. That is not how the world goes now. Hey, guess what? Remember the days of old. That's what the scripture says. Right? You can't know where you're going on the same where you come from. Women liberation, women rights, all these things are contrary to what the Most High has set up for the order of the nation of Israel. He said the man is at the head of the woman, and the woman is the head of the children. Yahweh Shai is at the head of the man, and Yahweh is at the head of Yahweh Shai. Right? That's the order that he has set up. It's Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Right? So his voice, he says, he speaks, the voice of the Most High is the servants, the prophets. Right? So we're speaking unto you, right? And we're saying, get in order, right? Get in order, cover your head, stop being hoes out in the street, wear long dresses, long skirts, dress like women, stop wearing pants, you know? Take care of the home, stop being idle out in the streets, in these bars, drunkard, stop being hoes, basically, you understand? Stop having more than one man. A man for this bill, for your light bill, for your phone bill, for your rent. A man taking care of this kid, that kid, and the other kid. Having multiple children, father. Well, those who don't have, those who have, don't continue, right? Because actually, they have women who play the system for the benefits, right? They're having multiple children, fathers. They play the system for the benefits. They don't have to work, but they benefit by the church and fathers getting the government relief, right? And that's another thing. This is Isaiah chapter 30 verse 7, right? Isaiah chapter 30 verse 7. It says, so like not verse 7, that's not 31 verse 1. One to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because there are many, in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek ye the Lord. Right? Because these women go, in the times that's coming up, the perilous times that's going to come up, they're going to trust in the government, right? When famine and all hell break loose out here, for food, what you're going to do, you're going to put your trust in the government, and they're going to offer you the chip, right? So you want to only see the taking the RFID chip to buy food, or to get food, or to get a way to live. You're going to see that as your own remedy, because you didn't choose Yahweh Shemi Yahushai. You didn't choose to get an order and let a man rule over you, a man of the Lord. You didn't choose to get back in order, to be shamefaced, right? You say you're proud. Some of your proud speeches that the Lord know my heart. Yeah, the scripture says your heart is deceitfully wicked. Who may know it? Yeah, the Lord know it, right? But He's telling you through His servants, the prophets, that the way for you to be saved in these last days is to get underneath a righteous man and humble yourself, because death and destruction is going to come to the whole world, right? But 2/3 of the nation of Israel, and the majority of that 2/3 is female, right? There are more women than men, right? They used to say 10 women to 1 man, 7 women to 1 man. Hey, it's more women than men, right? We see that genocide throughout the Bible, even in the day of Moses, right? They was killing the boy children in the days of Egypt. They was killing the boy children in the days of Yahushai. King Herod sent out a decree to kill the boy children, right? So they have less men than women, especially among the nation of Israel, right? And that's what makes the men more precious. We are more precious. A woman is a free-range commodity, but we are precious because we are less, right? We are more valuable, and that's how the faith works. Because hey, the Most High, these were faithful men, and there are few. Hey, Yahushua said, "When I come, when I find faith on the land," right? But faith was given to the righteous from the beginning, pursuant to Sirach chapter 1, verse 14, right? So there's a few men that righteous, there's a few men that faithful. So your sisters that sincere for Yahweh Shemi Yahushai will hold on to these men. And man, fuck, you're gonna come free range in the time of Isaiah 4:1. Right? That time will come when you're gonna know that we are the men of the Lord. Right? And you'll seek unto us. Right? Which I'll bring up. This is as I say, Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman, for the vengeance shall fail, right? And the guardian shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. But these women, they're not mourning. They're not mourning, they're rejoicing and living in the mud, because this kingdom is set up for the so-called black woman, which is Eve. We call her Eve, right? And it was also set up for what? It's also set up for the so-called white man, right? The white man, he seduced Eve, right? He seduced Eve and caused the nation to go off in the beginning, in the time of Adam, right? And that power had been set up from then till now. So we just prove that real quick. This is Timothy, 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. Right? So that's Eve. Eve was the one who was deceived. She was the one in transgression in the beginning. Right? But through the scripture says that the woman is the glory of the man. You know? We susceptible, we weak to these women. Well, we were weak, but now the spiritual righteousness has been lifted up, right? Now the Most High has created men, first men, and then men of the Lord, right? We have to acknowledge that we are first men and then men of the Lord. So the Most High is taking away that weakness and giving us that strength that we can stand up and take charge of the house. Right? Because the Most High said what? We have to be first in control of our own house before we can be in control as the house of the Lord. When he's in the scripture that speaks about bishop, being a bishop. Right? So I'm just trying to gather some scriptures real quick. Alright, oh yeah, that's all. Yeah, this is what's gonna go on, because they're gonna trust. They're not gonna trust until all hell breaks loose and they can see with your own eyes. But we see, one of the names of prophets was what seers, right? We could see the end. We could see everything being manifested because we in the scriptures, right? We can see the times that we in. We can read the times that manifest unto what the prophets of the Lord, right? That's why we also the voice of the Lord, because we telling you what the Lord is saying, what the Lord is doing, right? This is Hosea chapter 10 verse 13. He have plowed wickedness, he have reaped iniquity, he have eaten the fruit of lies, because thou didst trust in the way of the multitude of the mighty men, right? And this is these women go, they trust in power, they love power, right? And who is in the power seat? The so-called white man. What has the so-called white man done? He has set up a system, right? Government, the word government goes back to ruling the mind, right? So hey, who pushes you to vote? If you be real, is your mom gonna push you to vote, right? Vote for this one, because the majority of the statistics will show that you'll vote for who your parents vote for. And when you check and see who manipulate the vote in the house, they're gonna be a mother, right? There's gonna be the female, right? And this is the kind of things that we see going on. These are things that we have to move away from, putting your trust back into Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the power of Israel, Yasharala, right? And not trusting in these women. These women are power too. They are gods over you. Men, the weak men, the effeminate men, right? That they rebuke that spirit of being weak and effeminate, thinking that they would, the Most High wouldn't provide anymore for you. The Most High said 7 women are going to take hold of one man, right? We're going to have enough, more than enough. We're going to have as soul desire, right? Women, right? And you're going to have the power and the authority over them, right? You're not going to have to do anything that to keep her. She's gonna want to be with you, knowing that you are power. That's what the Most High set her up to be, that weaker vessel and that servant unto you. She's gonna serve you. She's gonna do anything for you. Once you saying that, once you're in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? So with that, I give all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and the elders, salutations to the brothers that preach and teach this word in sincerity, because the four corners of the word. Shalom.